Steve Cody, everybody, huh?
Wow, thank you for an overwhelming response. Thank you. I tell you, following Anthony and Greg T, I've got to watch my step. Wow. So I thought I would start tonight with the burning question of the moment. I would like to ask you to ask yourselves, am I better off today than I was 4 years ago? Now put yourself back in time for a second before you answer that question. Think back to 2008. Were you sitting in a hellish club watching a mediocre comedian? My friends, if you're answering yes to that question, that should influence your vote this coming November. I embrace mediocrity. I'm all about mediocrity. Those who know me know my motto is expect less. And unlike Obama and Romney, who overpromise, this guy underdelivers. You just watch me. Did any of you happen to catch Clint Eastwood's act at the Republican convention the other night? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people thought it was disturbing. For me, it was life-changing. Ever since I saw Clint, I find myself talking to random empty chairs. Hi there. How are you? Where are you from? Dublin. Wow. I guess I've got the luck of the Irish tonight. Don't tell me you flew 5,000 miles just to see... Oh, you didn't? Shut up! Now I said shut up because Clint said shut up to his empty chair, so a lot of this is just mirroring Clint. Anyway, yeah, so the long Labor Day weekend is finally over, and all I can say is thank Christ. Because I don't know about you guys, but I was trying, and the operative word is trying, I was trying to fly. And I didn't get anywhere. As a matter of fact, my plane is still at the gate. The expected departure date is the Jewish holidays. See, that's, I don't know if you gentlemen are Jewish, that's still about a couple of weeks ahead. So that's what the airlines call an indefinite delay. Have you heard them say this? We've got an indefinite delay. And I'm thinking to myself, what does that mean? A day? A week? A month, or even a year. Sometimes I break into the theme song of 1990s sitcoms for no reason. It's just like speaking to empty chairs. I'm starting to scare myself. Getting back to airlines, horrible experience from start to finish. And it starts, obviously, with the flight attendants, who regardless of the airline and regardless of their race, creed, color, gender, sexual persuasion, all share one common characteristic. They're arrogant assholes. I mean, how many times have you heard a flight attendant give you one of these? All right, everyone, listen, if you don't take your seats, we're not going to take off, so take your seats. You with the oversized bag, get that up here, we're going to gate check that. You'll never see it again. And then you've got the Nazi flight attendant. You will turn your attention to the front of the plane for some important safety information. Up to and including the 3 millionth time we've been shown how to buckle and unbuckle your seatbelt. We share this information because at United Airlines, your safety is our #1 priority. Your comfort and your convenience, that we could give a flying fuck about. So, you know, I thought the flying was good with the F word there because of the whole airline thing was themed. And then from the flight attendants, it goes downhill from there because then you're dealing with the pilots. What a pack of liars they are. They'll tell you anything. I have had so many pilots disguise bad news in so many ways and announce delays in so many ways. I can actually pick up and predict how long the delay will be by the way they talk. So, 2 ers, that means a 2-hour delay. I figured out it's 1 per 60-minute delay. This is Captain Stanley Kowalski calling from the cockpit, over. And I'm thinking to myself, where else would he be? Baggage claim? I've got some good news and some bad news. They always have good news and bad news. And the good news is bad news, and the bad news is catastrophic. I've got some really strong tailwinds, so I'm pleased to report we're going to be arriving a full 30 minutes ahead of schedule. Over. Oh, God. Look at the bad news page. That said, I've been in touch with the fine folks at NYCC, and because of some weather, they've shut down the airport, so we're going to be landing in Schenectady. I'd like to thank you once again for flying United. We know you have other choices, over. And I'm thinking, what other choices? Kick open the emergency exit, jump? Find yourself a cattle prod and just shove it in your ear? Or set your shoe bomb on fire? There were no other choices. Now, just looking at you two, I bet you guys are big fans of watching baseball on TV. Yeah. I'm just guessing. For me, watching baseball on TV is like watching grass grow. It's just not exciting. But I have noticed a trend lately. I'm seeing more and more trivia questions. Because they're trying to, jazz it up a little bit. But the trivia questions are getting more and more obscure. Oh, here's today's trivia question. Who can name the last Pittsburgh Pirate to hit 3 triples in a single inning? Well, who cares? I bet you the Pittsburgh Pirate who did it doesn't even care. But I would care if the trivia questions got into the players' personal lives. Talked a little bit about sex, crime, drugs. So I'm going to give you a Yankee game and a Met game. All right, we're back now. Bronx Bombers in a real barn burner with the Birds of Baltimore. First place at stake. And oh, here's today's Toyota trivia question. And Kenny Singleton, this one's going to give you fits. Oh yeah, bring it on. Alrighty, here we go. Name the only Yankee pitcher to be mugged outside the old Yankee Stadium. Oh, that is difficult. I gotta believe it happened back in that whole 60s urban decay area. And just based on his first name alone, I'm gonna say the boys in the hood went after Whitey Ford. Oh, great guess. Right decade, wrong pitcher. It was Mel Stottlemyre. And here's the ironic part. Mel was bashed over the head by a bottle of Ballantine beer. Real Yankee fans will remember, Ballantine was the official sponsor of the Yankees in the 60s. Ooh, you don't want to spread that news. Now we switch channels to the Mets game. Gary Thorne here with Keith Hernandez and Ron Darling at another meaningless end-of-the-season game between the Mets and the Cubs to determine who is indeed the worst team in Major League Baseball. Oh, wait a second. Here's today's Mets Midas Muffler trivia question. And Ron and Keith, I think this one's going to set you back. Name the first openly gay Met. Ooh. Ronnie, I want to handle that. Go ahead, Keith. I always had my suspicions about George Foster. That guy was light in the loafers. Ooh, good guess, but no. George Foster, arguably the worst straight in Mets baseball history, was straight as an arrow. The correct answer, you have to go all the way back to 1962 for catcher Charlie Choo Choo Coleman. Charlie wanted everyone to know that he was a catcher in both his personal and professional lives. And he also wants you to know that that nickname of his had nothing to do with trains. Choo choo. I told you to expect less. Final story. And it's going to be a bit of a downer, so if you want to get out your handkerchiefs now, go for it. All right? I've taken you up, now I'm going to bring you down. My 89-year-old dad was just diagnosed with glaucoma. And as you might expect, he is thrilled. Positively thrilled. Why? Because he lives in New Jersey and wants legal in New Jersey medical marijuana for glaucoma patients. So my dad gets to smoke as much pot as he wants. But there's a problem. Priyanka. The supply in New Jersey has not caught up with the demand, so my 16-year-old niece has become my dad's connection. And it's freaking out the whole family. My dad growing up was an arch conservative. Now he's smoking so much pot that when he talks about Rush, he's not mentioning Limbaugh. It's got nothing to do with that. When we were growing up, great cook. Now all he does is bake brownies. And those things will bake you. When they were kids, my son and daughter used to call my dad Pop Pop. Now they call him Pop Pop. And it used to be like pulling teeth to get them to go see their grandfather every Christmas and New Year's and holidays and things. And now they're like, let's go to Pot Pot's and have some brownies. And he's about to turn 90, man. So I went to my dad and said, Pop Pop, what would you like? And I figured, you know, big family gathering, or maybe he wants to go somewhere special. He wants a bong. And Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And a lava lamp. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony, back to you.
Steve Cody, huh?